But Mark, it is that time of the podcast, a new segment to the Onside Kick. What we are doing this year that we didn't do last year. Last year was you and me on that side of the table because we didn't have the green screen at the time. So we would put the Sony CyberShot right here. It would aim there. We would each have these two mics that you guys see, and that's what you guys would see. We'd pick 6 games. We'd pick winners and losers, kind of. But what we are going to do this year is every final segment. Well, it's going to be the final segment on Blog Talk Radio. It's going to come out with the first segment for YouTube watchers and listeners. Is we're going to pick every single game for this upcoming week. Give a little bit of thoughts, not too much analysis. We don't want this going for 4 hours here, but just giving a little bit about each game, picking winners, and let's get right into it. This one, we have the Thursday night to kick off everything. September 7th, the Chiefs going into Foxborough to play the Patriots. And Robert Kraft said that there will be a surprise for fans when it comes to their newest championship banner because they ran out of room, Mark. They ran out of room for all their banners. So there's going to be a surprise. Who do you got in this one, Chiefs or Pats?
So for this one, I mean, as much as I think Kansas City is a good team, New England is a great fucking team. I can't imagine. Like I said, I've talked about how this is a complete team, and this offense is so amazing, and Tom Brady's the GOAT, and you just can't say enough good things about them. There's no reason why I think New England will lose pretty much any games. Maybe 3 at most. Kansas City, unfortunately, is not going to be one of them. At home to open the season on Thursday night, yeah, they're winning this one.
No, I'm picking the Patriots as well, especially all the emotion coming back from that Super Bowl. Hey, maybe the Chiefs are up by 25 points in this game and blow it all in the fourth quarter like the Falcons did. But I'm picking the Patriots to beat Kansas City KC would be on the road. Then we get into Sunday games, and the first one we are talking about
it's a good one.
Is this was supposed to be, like, I am going to be upset watching this game only because this was supposed to be Jay Cutler's return to Chicago to call the Falcons against the Bears, but because of Ryan Tannehill, he's obviously playing for the Dolphins. Who do you got, Falcons or your Bears?
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. I mean, Chicago's got a good front seven, and that's about it. And as good as that front seven is...
Well, they got the GOAT sitting on the bench.
Yeah, they do. They're just letting him rest for a little bit.
Going, bah.
Yeah, he's just doing GOAT things out there. Future GOAT. It's just not going to do anything. I mean, yeah, sure, you got a nice front seven, but Atlanta has a million weapons and a great run game, and Chicago was terrible against the run last year. And then Mike Glennon gets to play. I'm just so interested to see how many dirt balls and interceptions Mike Glennon's going to throw. Because in the preseason, I'm pretty sure he threw 2 interceptions.
Let's just hope Jordan
games.
Howard has himself a game, especially for my fantasy team.
Yeah, Atlanta's gonna kill it.
Yeah, I'm picking the Falcons in this one as well. The Bears. Well, I'm gonna call him. I have a new nickname for Trubisky. You ready for it?
Sure.
While the baby goat sits on the bench. He's the little baby goat because he's not a full-grown goat yet.
Is there a special name for a baby goat?
I have no idea. I'm just calling it a baby goat.
I searched baby goat and just a lot of cute videos of baby goats.
Is there a special name for a baby goat? A fawn? No, that's a deer.
Kid or a Billy.
A kid or a Billy. So he's Billy the Kid.
Yeah.
That's basically what he is. He's a baby goat. But I'm going with the Falcons in this one. Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons are going to be pissed off this year. Bears don't stand a chance. Then the next one, the Jets at the Bills. If you guys know anything about me and the Jets, first off, Rex Ryan will not be watching this game. So don't ask Rex what he is going to do during this game. However, if you guys know my opinions on the Jets, 0-16, that's not going to change. Bills with the win.
Well, if this game's going to be anything like that Madden franchise of mine.
43-0.
43-0. Bills got this one.
Or does it end in a tie?
Nothing
a 0-0 tie.
I like it. I like the way you think. Or, my favorite kind of tie, a 2-2 tie.
A 2-2 tie. 2 safeties.
2 safeties, 1 for each. Everybody gets a safety. No, I mean, here's the thing for New York. They've got a good defense. They got a lot of pieces on that defense for sure. It's just that offense has absolutely nothing. And I don't believe that McCown can do anything because he's terrible and he plays on the worst teams.
And the Bills have Tyrod Taylor.
I like Tyrod Taylor. I like LaShawn McCoy.
They have at least a competent quarterback, no matter where you sit.
They don't
on
have
Tyrod.
Sammy Watkins now.
Yeah.
But they have two good pieces I like, and these are both just two teams that are rebuilding. If I got to pick anybody, it's going to be Buffalo because at least they got a quarterback and a running back that I like.
And so far,
not that I don't like Matt Forte, but
And so far, none of our picks are changing. I don't know if they will change here, but we got the Ravens against the Bengals. Who you got?
Well, this one, I'm just not very high on Cincinnati in general. And that's been a thing for a little while now. I definitely think that Baltimore, I like the defense that they have. I like what they're trying to get going for themselves. Especially when you consider that last year was a disappointment. We expected a lot out of Joe Flacco because of the Mark Trestman connection. Even though those of us in Chicago know that's nothing to be excited about. But yeah, I'm going to take Baltimore in this one. I think Baltimore's got a chance to do some good this season, to kind of bounce back from some disappointment. So I think they can win this one.
I am going to go with the Bengals because the big thing that for me is the Joe Flacco injury. And I know that he recently had just come back. I think the 29th was when he came back to practice. I'm going to go I almost said with Buffalo. I'm going to go with Cincinnati here only because this team, Andy Dalton will be going, A.J. Green will be going, and that Raven team, even if Joe Flacco starts, I'm not quite sure what he's going to be fresh off of that back injury that we had during the offseason. Might take him a week or two to get things going. Then we have another AFC North matchup, the Steelers going into Cleveland. Can you make Browns fans happy? Do they get the upset in Deshaun Kaiser's first start?
Well, I could make the Browns fans happy, but I'm not going to. I think Pittsburgh's going to win this one. And it's not necessarily because of anything. I'm not going to insult the Browns here. There's some good pieces there, but Kaiser hasn't played a real NFL game. So I think he's going to take a little bit of an adjustment, and Pittsburgh is not the team you want to start off against. This is a great team, awesome offense, good defense as well. The offense needs to improve a little bit after the playoff loss, but I just can't imagine that Kaiser goes out there and lights up the Pittsburgh defense. So got to go with the Steelers.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Steelers as well, only because this is going to be a good year for the Steelers. Le'Veon Bell, I feel like week one might not be his best week. However, he's going to have a great year this season. Contract year for him after signing the franchise tender. This could be Big Ben's last season, and the big news for the Steelers coming into this week, and it shocked me, and I think it shocked you as well, going with the rookie little baby Watt, going with T.J. Watt to start over James Harrison. We'll see how that goes.
We'll see if it lasts, yeah.
I am going to pick the Steelers in this one going up against the Browns. Then we have the NFC matchup between the Arizona Cardinals and the Detroit Lions, and I am going to go with the home team in this one. Matthew Stafford got paid, and he is going to at least make it a fun first game for the Detroit Lions as they get their first win of the season.
Yeah, unfortunately, in multiple ways, I'm going to agree with you on this one. I think the Lions win this.
I thought for once you'd disagree with me.
No, I thought we were going to disagree on this one, too, because I thought you were going to pick the Cardinals. No, I think that Detroit at home can get this one. Matthew Stafford, like you said, he wants to prove it, that he is worth it. Arizona, it's a team that had quite the fall-off last year, and we'll see what's going on here. But, hey, Carson Palmer, he's got a lot to prove that the old guy can get it done.
I am going to go ahead this next game, the Jaguars and the Texans. I kind of want to do it.
Pick the Jags.
I kind of want to go upset special, especially with the line being 4.5. I know I kind of surprised Brandon mentioning some betting lines, but if I was a betting man, I would take the Jaguars and the points. Because I think that Houston, this game is going to come down to me, defenses. The defense that's great on paper versus the defense we know, which is already great. I know I'm not high on Tom Savage. However, I'm not too much higher on Blake Bortles, plus the weapons in Houston when it comes to Miller, when it comes to Hopkins, when it comes to Will Fuller. There's too many weapons out there for the Houston Texans. I will go with them, but if I was a betting man, Mark, I would go with Jacksonville and take the points.
Yeah, I couldn't possibly be any lower on Blake Bortles after this preseason. when he only won the job because nobody took it from him. But at the same time, Savage essentially has the job because the rookie didn't take it from him either. But at least one has an excuse. He's a rookie. Defense in Houston is a better defense than Jacksonville. Jacksonville's got a lot of parts, but Blake Bortles isn't going to do anything with them. This year for Jacksonville is just the Blake Bortles watch. When are we going to be done with him? When are they going to sit him? When is he going to get benched? And same thing with Savage. When's he going to get benched for Watson? Not now. I see this being like a 12-6 game. Nothing exciting.
So you don't think it's going to be that exciting of a game? I think this could also be a very defensive game where it's like the defenses are going great and it's like, can an offense score a point?
I don't even think... See, people often get confused and declare games good defensive games when they were just shitty offensive games.
Yeah, so you think this is going to be more of a
this
shitty
is a bad
offense?
offense, yeah.
I think it's going to be the defenses are going to be good enough to make sure the shitty offense doesn't score. However, the offense that I feel more confident in is the Houston Texans and what they've got.
For sure.
The next game we've got, they will not be played in Miami. We'll have to be up to pace, but still picking the game. Tampa Bay, Miami Dolphins. I'm going to go with the team that we talked about already on the podcast. I'm going with Jameis Winston and the Bucs to spoil Jay Cuddy's first home game as a Dolphin.
Yeah, I definitely think that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are the better team in this situation. But I'm going to go ahead and say Jay Cutler's going to get a win.
Thank you for finally picking against me.
Hey, I picked against you for Baltimore. Jay Cutler, I mean, he's a good guy. He wants to get that win. He wants to impress his wife, make her happy down in Miami. She's very happy already.
Don't forget baby Cutlet.
Yeah, two cutlets.
Two cutlets. Got to make them happy too.
I definitely think that, I love a lot of things going on in Tampa Bay, but I like the Gase Cutler connection. That's why I went ahead and got Julius Thomas in fantasy football, because I think that Jay's going to dink and dunk with him all day. He's going to get a shit ton of yards, and he's a big target who in the end zone, Jay likes those big targets.
Just like he threw to Zach Miller a lot when he was in Chicago last year. The next game, this to me is going to be the best of the noon games this upcoming week. We got the Raiders going into Tennessee. I would love to pick Tennessee. Would love to pick them. I know they are a 2-point favorite right now as we are picking these on Tuesday night. I'm going with the Raiders, though. I got to go with the Raiders to win this game on the road in Tennessee.
So this is one of those ones where it is such a coin flip to me on who wins this one. You have two awesome offenses. Mariota coming off of injury as well. I love the run game that they have. But there's this awesome new weapon in Oakland with...
Marshawn Lynch.
There you go. I'm thinking of the nickname. What was his nickname again? Beast Mode. There we go. So you have two great offenses in general, two great run games, good young quarterbacks, defenses that aren't great but aren't terrible. So I'm expecting a lights-out kind of game, just points nonstop. I think Mariota's going to get it done, though. I think he's going to surprise some people here.
Follow-up question for you on this game. Over-unders at 51. You taking the over, you taking the under?
I'm going to take... I think I will take the under on it.
You don't think there'll be enough? That's just...
I think
that's a 26-25 game to be even.
Yeah, I think it could do it, but I'm going to be safe on it and go under.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the over. I'll take a 28-25 victory for the Oakland Raiders. That's what I think it's going to be.
It's impressive to be able to score 25
these
points.
These teams
That's a
are
weird one.
definitely going to be, or 24, whatever.
There you go.
It's still
That's
going to be
normal.
over. But it's going to be a 3-point victory for the Oakland Raiders. The next one, I am going to go with a shocking pick here for me. I have been very high on the Eagles. We got the Eagles and the Redskins up next, kind of finishing the noon games. I'm going to go with the home team here. I'm going with the Washington Redskins. Kirk Cousins coming out. Game 1, the last time he can be franchise tendered, and he's going to have a new catchphrase, much like, how do you like me now, or you like that. We will get the third rendition of a Kirk Cousinism after this game.
And I bet it's going to be ready to pay me. Or who wants to pay me. I'm going to take Philadelphia on this one.
Okay.
I think they're the easy choice here, as much as I do like Kirk Cousins. But he lost a lot of his weapons. Carson Wentz did not lose anything. He gained quite a bit. I'm really excited to see what he does out there. I'm excited for the Alshon Jeffrey connection that he has now. Carson Wentz, he's kind of that everybody is expecting him to be the surprise. If you keep calling him a surprise quarterback and everybody calls him the surprise quarterback of 2017, he's not a surprise quarterback anymore. But I still really like what he's going to do. I like Philadelphia a lot. I'm excited to see him play.
Then we got 3 afternoon games, one of which is AFC, NFC. The rest of the 2 are NFC, NFC. The first one, Scott Tolzien and the Indianapolis Colts going into L.A. to play the Rams, Jared Goff. I switched this from my predictions. I originally had the Colts winning this game on the road. I switched it. Good thing it did not affect my playoffs at all. The Rams get the win over Tolzien and the Colts in L.A.
I mean, you have to pick the Rams, right? Tolzien can't do anything. I actually don't even think Tolzien's going to finish this game. I wouldn't be surprised if Brissett gets out there.
You think Jacoby comes in for the second half?
Tolzien's nothing. He's got nothing.
What do you think we see from Jared Goff in this one?
I think we're going to see some competent play. I don't think we're going to see anything too exciting. I see him throwing a touchdown.
To Sammy Watkins?
For sure, man.
For sure, man.
I mean, Sammy Watkins, he's got to do it, right? He's got to come in here.
A very dude response. What should I call you, the Big Lebowski right now?
We're in L.A. Yeah, I think that it'll be... Here's the thing about L.A. They have a good defense. They don't have all the pieces there right now. The offense could be good. The problem last year was that Gurley was getting hit while he was touching the ball.
Yeah.
So if they can improve on that, he can get back to what he was his rookie year, which was really impressive. And Jared Goff, if he gets the chance to, be a quarterback, then I don't see why they can't win a few games. They can win 6 games this year. I'm picking the Rams.
I'm going with the Rams in this one because of Tolzien. We also got to get a rug for this room. We got to tie the room together.
Yeah.
Mark, how many Big Lebowski quotes can I throw in to this segment? The other 2, like I said, NFC matchups. The first one, the Touchception rematch in Green Bay. Who you going with? The Packers at home or the Seahawks on the road?
If Seattle plays Green Bay, I pretty much have to pick Seattle. They got
Sheldon Richardson.
I was just gonna say I love Sheldon Richardson being there, and I think that he's going to do a lot to upset and hurt Aaron Rodgers. And
hurt Aaron Rodgers?
There's a lot of big guys out there that want to hurt Aaron Rodgers.
You mean like injury wise? Is that what you're saying?
No, maybe not injury wise, but bang him up quite a bit. The guy gets hit too often. I mean, not for me as a Chicago Bears fan, but for my wanting, my compassionate human self, Aaron Rodgers gets hit a little too often. But yeah, I definitely think Seattle's defense is going to be awesome, and Russell Wilson versus Aaron Rodgers is always a great battle. I'm very high on Green Bay. I do not think they lose very many games this year either. This is one of them. I'm going to take Seattle.
I am going to be on the other side of this one. I'm taking the Packers at home. It's in Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers, yes, he lost Jared Cook, the receiver that made the catch to slide out of bounds and beat the Dallas Cowboys. However, he's got Marty B now. He's got the black unicorn out there in Martellus Bennett, a brand new weapon to throw to. I think the Seahawks team, the offensive line is still a weak point. I think the Packers are going to exploit that, even though their defense isn't.
Right. They got
great.
The run around in the backfield for 20 seconds.
Russell Wilson, or as I noticed Sean said in his Seahawks prediction, he called him Russell Westbrook. So a little slip of the tongue there. I do it all the time, but I'm going to go with the Packers over the Seahawks. Then in our last kind of mid-afternoon game, the Panthers and the 49ers. This one's easy to me.
That's exciting.
Panthers.
Yeah, Panthers.
It's gonna be Panthers, and I mean, I guess Christian McCaffrey gets to play his first NFL game close to home.
Here's the thing: San Francisco's playing, and that's just an issue right there.
Second worst team behind the New York Jets.
Yeah, New York Jets are fucking terrible. No, actually, I actually had that. I would rank the Jets as a better team than the 49ers.
Yeah, 0-16. Remember that.
The Jets, they have a defense. San Francisco, they have Matt Barkley.
They got Kyle Shanahan.
They do. They also have Matt Barkley.
Don't forget about Brian Hoyer. They got
And-
both of the Bears trash.
And Matt Barkley. He's a starting quarterback. He's actually not starting
Sparkles,
quarterback, but he will
Barkles.
be. He'll
You're
have
saying
the
it
chance
wrong.
to
It's
start.
all about Sparkles, Barkles.
Yeah, I'm taking Panthers.
Yeah, I'm going with the Panthers as well. Then we have our Sunday night game. This game became a lot interesting, a lot more interesting than it was. Zeke will be playing this game
it's sexy.
for the Cowboys. You will be starting him in fantasy now in our personal fantasy league. Dallas is the 4-point favorite right now. I am still going to go with the Giants. You want to know why? They had Zeke last year, and Terrence Williams still ran out of bounds. Going with the Giants.
Yeah, I definitely am a little scared in that case because New
This
York
Giant
beat the
defense is good
Yeah,
still.
they beat Dallas twice. They beat Dallas twice. And New York only got better this year, where Dallas arguably probably just stayed the same.
Now, OBJ might be out for this one. However,
Yeah.
Brandon Marshall should still be there. Brandon Marshall's a really good wide receiver.
Yeah, I would say that's a pretty lateral move.
Yeah.
OBJ to Brandon Marshall. And it really comes down to the fact that the defense, like you said, was able to stop Zeke. As much as, part of me wants to pick New York, for Zeke being angry, feeling like a Tom Brady out there, I think he's going to not light it up, but he's going to do enough to, one, get me the win in fantasy, and two, for me to have Dallas win this game.
And then our last two games, the Monday night games. The first one will be Adrian Peterson's return to Minnesota to play the Vikings. You guys know who I'm going with. Skull Vikes.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Saints on this one. Not just because I don't like the Vikings, and I like to
Like
make
you
fun
said
of Ricky.
earlier, 0-16.
Yeah, they're 0-16 this year. Obviously, that's a joke. But I really think that Adrian Peterson's going to come in strong, and he's going to come in hot. And Adrian Peterson plus Drew Brees is a scary combination. They probably won't make the playoffs because the Saints managed to do enough not to make the playoffs all the time. But yeah, that's just a way better combination than Dalvin Cook and Sam Bradford, which is not a bad combination. I'm not knocking on either one of those guys, but Drew Brees, Mr. 5,000 yards every day, Mr. Put some kids out there and I'll still throw for 5,000 yards. Yeah, I think they're going to win it.
I am going to go with the Vikings only because with this is a matchup to where the Viking defense is really good. The Saints defense isn't so good. And I think that the Viking defense are going to, A, force some turnovers and force enough mistakes out of New Orleans to where their defense can't force the same mistakes from Sam Bradford and our offense. Vikings will get the win. And then the very last game we have, the LA Chargers, that sounds weird to say still, will go into Mile High to play the Denver Broncos. Denver is a 3.5 favorite in this game. I am going with the Denver Broncos, although it pains me to go with them because I think that you guys don't have a good quarterback situation, and this team, yes, the defense is good, but you're not as good as you were when you went to the Super Bowl and beat the Seattle Seahawks, or you beat the Carolina Panthers. You lost to the Seahawks in that Super Bowl. That was the one where
To be fair, they
they
had the best defense in the NFL.
They did, but the ball went right over Peyton Manning's head into the end zone.
Well, that was Seattle.
Yeah, that was the loss, I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. They will win this game, though, because of one thing. Mike Williams ain't playing. If Mike Williams plays this game and is opposite of Keenan Allen, I give it to the Chargers. Because he's out, I'm going to give it to the Broncos.
Yeah, this one is a tough one for me. I do want to take the Chargers. I like the Chargers quite a bit, as I always do. I'm always high on them, and they always disappoint me. And I'm not that crazy about Trevor Siemian or anything like that, but I just think that the Denver Broncos are such a consistent and well-rounded team that I think at home they'll beat their division opponent. It's a big game for them. It's a late game on Monday night. I feel like Denver can get it done. Even with, yet another new coach because Foxy was gone, Kubiak is gone. I still think they can get it done.
Well, and this is where you guys come in. We have gone through all our picks. Let us know, who do you guys got winning each game down below in the comment section. I want to thank you guys for either watching or listening to another edition of the Onside Kick here on Most Valuable Podcast. Also, if you have not already, please check out patreon.com/most valuable podcast. Just another way to support the channel more so than watching and liking the videos and podcasts and sharing them to your numerous amount of friends, because we all know how popular you guys are in your real life. But besides that, just kind of getting some rewards for supporting us in a different way. So go check out patreon.com/most valuable podcast. Want to thank you guys one more time for watching and listening. Mark and I will be back next week. But as always, have a good day, everybody.